video is going to be me going through some basic mobility exercises, or you could call them warm-up exercises that I like to do for lower body and upper body. We will, however, start with lower body and work our way to upper body. So what you would need is a loop band, but you can also do these exercises without loop band. So jumping into exercise number 1, you would take the loop band and you are going to pop it on both legs just above the knee. Okay, so it's going to sit nicely on top of that, what we call the teardrop part of the quad, so the quad that connects into the knee joint. I'm going to take into a position which is 3/4 of a squat, so the top half. So just like basically crouch down, and you're just going to move laterally, so that means left and right, keeping tension on the band at all times. This is going to fire up your glutes. From the side, it would look like this, so hips go back, drop into a squat, and then your chest is up, and you're stepping out either left or right. And again, you just step out enough times for you to feel activation on the side of your glute. Really important to get these fired up prior to doing any leg work. Okay, this is going to keep you safe, make sure that the hips are moving nicely. Then I would move on to some lateral leg lifts. So, I mean, if your balance isn't great, you can hold on something, but here you can just see I'm laterally moving my leg out to the side from the hip. Okay, and then this side view would look like this. Okay, just trying to stay as still as we can. Again, you can do this without the band. You don't have to have the band, but it just adds that extra tension, a bit more work required from the person, so therefore a bit more activation going on. So this would be the lateral leg lift. From here, I would take the band off, and then I like to throw in just some walking lunges. Okay, taking my time, not trying to make it a workout as such, not doing too many, but I just want to make sure my quads are firing, I'm okay at the hips, and then a little bit work on the hamstrings as well as we're stepping up, making sure that when I stand up, push through the front foot, so the heel and also the big toe and little toe, so there's no heel lift on the front foot. Make sure that the knee doesn't pass over the toes either. You want to keep that knee nice and safe. Again, probably just do a couple of sets of this, nice and basic, no weight needed, just yourself. So from here, I like to move into some standing hip circles. You can do these on the ground on all fours as well, but standing up is just easier. So literally just lifting the knee up as high as I can, rotating out to the side and bringing it around in a circle format. I often do maybe like 10 to 20 of these, just depends how I'm feeling prior to training on that day. I would do the same thing on the other side, just to make sure my hips are moving freely. And then moving on from here, I would then move on to, well, in this case I'm going to hold on to a spin bike, and from here I'm going to do some lateral leg swings across my body, trying to go as high as I can, as you can see here, leaning over, supporting my body weight, and just kicking my leg out to the side as high as I can. This is just my, I guess, final part of my activation on my legs. Okay, so that's the leg side of it. Then I'm going to move on to upper body. So I would grab another resistance band. I would grab the lightest one, so usually it's red. So I pick this band, wrap it around something, so in this case the half rack, and I'm going to do some external rotations. So what I'm going to do is have the band across my body, put my hand in, connect the elbow to the ribs, and then from the shoulder externally rotate out, and then back in again. The key thing is to keep the elbow pinned in to the ribs and not lifting it away like you can see in the video. I'm kind of defeating the object of what I'm trying to do here by overemphasizing the movement. Literally, you don't have to worry about how great your range of motion is here. If it's just a little movement to the center, but you feel an activation in the deltoid, perfect. Then from here, I would move on, and I would do some chest openers, or you could say rear delt activation. Okay, so the idea is to have a hand on the band. The closer to the middle you have it, the tighter the band will be, the harder it will be, so hold it right at the end. Just opening up, keeping my arms in a fixed position, but open up at the back of the shoulders, just to fire at the rear delts, make sure they're moving well. Then from here we'll do some basically shoulder rotations with a band. You can also do this with a broomstick if you're not comfortable, just stretching the upper chest into the shoulder, and also open up the bicep ever so slightly. As you can see from the side, this is how it looks. Not really too worried about how far back we go. The further back you can go though, and it'd be comfortable, you've got great range of motion, great flexibility around the shoulder and around the chest. So that's perfect. One of my favourite ones. And then the final one I like to do is put the band around the half rack and do some banded rows. So really I'm just focused on my shoulder blades, my scapulars, just squeezing back here, releasing forward and just getting a good squeeze. Just make sure that my back is firing before I do any pressing movements or even any row movements. So that basically is a quick 6.5 minute walkthrough on a basic but effective warm-up routine, mobility workout that you can do basically pre-workout and post-workout. So this is just a really quick run through of things that I like to do before training lower body and upper body. And always, please like the video, subscribe to our channel and leave a comment if you can. Peace.